Good morning, everybody. Happy Monday. We are going to do my Guns for Girls arm workout, and I'm going to roll in abs because I wanted to. If this is your first time joining, I really want to encourage you to just go at your own pace. You're not competing against anybody. You're not trying to do everything that I'm doing. You go at your own pace. What I really want you to focus on is excellent, excellent form. That, to me, is the best thing and the most important thing. What else you need to remember? This is your core. Your core is part of your abs, your back, and your buns. So it's really, really important that you always keep them tight. So even though we're working arms, you need to keep that area tight. Are you ready? Yes? Sort of. I'm trying to share this, and for some reason it's taking a little bit to load. Let's go ahead and jog it out. If you've had any injuries, surgeries, anything like that, please, please, please check with your doctor before you start. You do not want to exacerbate any injuries or re-injure yourself or anything like that, because that's just bad. Okay, stretch overhead. I want you to stretch out those triceps. Oh my goodness gracious. My buns are so sore between the workout on Saturday and the run yesterday. Woo! Hook one arm around the other, pull it in towards your chest. It's a little hot in here. Do we have the heat on?
Nothing's on.
Your elbow pointing up, and I want you to pull down into the back very gently. Stretch out your triceps. And then just bend your fingers again very gently back towards you. We're going to work everything from our forearms up to our shoulders. Shrug triceps. I have the fives right here if you want. You could probably with this one start with 8s. I'm going with my 2-pound weights. My elbow is a little better. It's still not where I want it to be. Feet are hip width apart, core is tight. You're going to shrug, and then I want you to squeeze up and out and squeeze those triceps. So we're going to do 15. So shrug, squeeze up and out, down. Really squeeze and remember to keep that core tight. Super important for good form. You want the 5s? So you saw what Dave did. He did a couple and then he dropped down. Doesn't matter. You can do 1 or 2 and drop the weights. It's fine. You want to be working hard. If it's not burning right now, your weights are not heavy enough. If it's burning too much and you're like jerking your arms out to the side, I do not want you to do that, okay? Every move that we do is slow and controlled. 2, 1. Baby, can I open the door?
Sure.
Although I think it's like 63. Someone is saying hello. Let's see who it is. Julie. Thank you so much, Julie. I have fun doing them. Okay, so the next one we're going to do are mini curls. So we're going to concentrate on the movement between our full extension and halfway up. I want you to go heavier with these because we're only going half. So if normally you do 3s, bump up to 5s. If you do 5s, bump up to 8s. I'm going to stick with my 2s. I think you should start with 10 since we have to get 12s. We keep talking about it, we haven't done it. So start heavier than normal. Full extension, you squeeze, keep your elbows close to your body, and then lower. So you need to go heavier to really feel these. Keep that core tight. If you don't have heavier weights, if you only have like 2s and 3s, hold them both together in each hand, and that way you'll bump up to 5s. Really squeeze those biceps and release. We're doing 15 in all. If you get to 10 and you just physically cannot go anymore and you are working your absolute hardest, that is what I care about. You do 10. And you know what? Next week you're going to do 11 or 12. And that is how we measure progress. Really, really small ways, small accomplishments. 2, 1. So again, normally I would have used 8s or 10s and probably dropped down at some point because you really want to be struggling with those. So Dave probably could have gone with a 10 and a 5 in each hand and then at some point drop the 5. But you want to start heavier because it's a really limited range of motion, so you want those biceps to work like crazy. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, we're going to work shoulders. So we want to meet at the top. So your feet are hip width apart. You don't want to go too heavy with shoulders. So I would say 3s or 5s. You can probably 8s for you.
That's right. My shoulders have issues, so I'm start.
Oh, okay. So Dave said shoulders have issues, so he's going to start with 5. See how it feels. You can also bump up if you sense it's too. You're going to meet at the top and slowly let the weights come down. Okay, so you're squeezing to get them to the top, but you're also squeezing to release them slowly. So yeah, the same way I will tell you to drop down. If you sense that something's too easy, you can also drop, go to heavy. That doesn't mean that after a few reps, you're not going to drop to where you were previously, but that's okay. We've got 5 more. Slow and controlled. If you need a break, take it. 3 to 4 seconds. If you need 2 breaks or 3 breaks, you take them, but what you do not do is quit. You don't quit. You go as long as you can go. You get in as many reps as you can in the time period that it takes me to do them, and then you move on to the next exercise. But what you don't do is beat yourself up. We don't do that here. Have some water, and we are going to get down on the ground for an ab exercise. So Dave was saying before we started that he feels like his back is a little tight. So grab a weight, not too heavy. I'm going to go with a 5. Dave could probably go with an 8 on this one. And we are going to come back, and I want you to twist. Come back up, twist. So 1 and 1 is 1, and we're going to do 15, and you just got to make it work. But you get a really nice rotation. A lot of times my back will crack during this one, and it feels really good. So the amount that you twist is the amount that you feel comfortable doing, but you've got to squeeze those abs and keep your feet together. We went out yesterday, late afternoon, went to listen to some music, have some cocktails. We might be a little tired this morning, but you can still work out when you're tired. And I sort of do this thing, like if I'm going to go out, I kind of make myself a workout. Helps me work out the kinks, work out the tiredness, and sort of penance for going out. Because you want to take care of yourself. But we took it, we were pretty controlled.
Yeah,
We didn't overdo it. 5 more. I know this is a long road home. You keep squeezing, don't rush through them. 3 more. One more. Awesome. Okay, so we are going to turn right over. And we're going to do close push-ups. So your hands are going to be in this position. Now, if you are new, or if you feel like you're not good at push-ups, let me tell you what. Push-ups are hard for everybody. You just get better at them. I want, if you're going to do them on your knees, don't be on your kneecaps, be on the little mushy part right above your kneecap. The same rules apply. You're a straight line from your head to your knees or your head to your feet. Your hands are close, and we're going to lower and keep those elbows in close to your body. If you can only crank out 3, you crank out 3. You do 3 of the best ones that you can do. We're going to try to do 12. Hands are close together. Fingers are pointing towards me. Lower yourself and push up. Keep your whole body tight. Do not let push-ups discourage you. You can always go to modify halfway through. Also, no shame in that. And then when you're done, get into child's pose. And really just stretch those fingertips out. Because they are challenging. There's no getting around it. But just because something's challenging doesn't mean you don't do it. Anything worth doing is a little hard sometimes, no matter what it is. Okay, so the next one we're going to do, we're going to do ViscoFit wrist flexions. So get a light weight. I'm going to try the 2 and see how it goes because I can always drop. Here's 5s. So you light weights with these. We are going to work our wrists and our forearms. So what I want you to do is make a V, then an I. I want full range of motion. So spell out ViscoFit. Really squeeze those wrists and forearms. So you just spell out ViscoFit. We're going to do it 3 times. So again, I want full range of motion up and down and side to side. I'm going to do it again. Keep your core tight. I find this so challenging.
It's hard to follow you. I'm like, where is she?
Okay, I'm doing it one more time. This is the 3rd time for me. S, C, O, squeeze. F, I, T. Doesn't get me every time. Shake it out, shake it out, shake it out. Okay, now we're going to do an ab exercise. So get on your knees. I'm going to use 5s. Maybe you can use 8s, I think, for this. You're going to get on your knees, okay? And we're going to lift up. We're going to pretend like we're pulling on cables that have weights attached to the other end, and you are going to squeeze your abs to bring your elbows to your knees and back up, okay? Hands up in the air. We're going to do 15. I'm using 5s. They feel good. Squeeze your abs coming down. Squeeze to raise. So you pretend like there are heavy weights on the end of that cable, and you have to really squeeze those ab muscles. You've got it. If you can't get your elbows all the way to your legs, don't worry about it. 5 more. Get them as close as you can. 3 more. Awesome. So when we did buns on Saturday, we did abs at the end. Oh, my abs are feeling it. For sure. Okay. We are going to work triceps now. So triceps, we're going to do rock and tricep. You're going to start up here. You're going to rock back and squeeze as you extend, and then come back up to your elbows in a 90-degree angle. You can try starting with 8s and then drop down. I'm going to work with my 2s. And we are going to do 15. So feet are hip width apart. Entire core is tight throughout the whole thing. Do not release it. You need it for good form, and you also need it for balance, okay? Squeeze those triceps back up. How do your weights feel? If they're getting too heavy, you drop down. Come on. This is 10. 5 more. One more, we got it. Don't quit. Awesome. Have some water. I really like that one. I get a lot of complaints from women. They don't like it that when they wave, they have the waddle. You gotta work your arms if you want the waddle to go away. And in all honesty, everybody has a little bit. It's just the way our bodies are made. So if you tighten and strengthen those muscles, you're gonna see definition and you're gonna see a firmness you didn't see before. Okay, so we're gonna do curl punches. We're gonna work our biceps, shoulders, triceps, the whole 9 yards, okay? Your feet are hip width apart. You are going to curl and then punch across your body, come back down. Yeah, I think you don't wanna go too heavy with these. You want really good form. So we're gonna do 16 in all. So curl with one arm. I'm not gonna use anything on this arm. Squeeze that bicep to curl up. Squeeze to punch across, down. If you're not already burning up with these, your weights are not heavy enough. Did you just go up? Yeah, going up's the thing. The same way dropping down is. 4 more. The last few should be really, really challenging. That is how you know. You should really be like fighting to get through those last one. And that does not mean that you do 4, your last 4 have really crappy form. You want great form always. That is how you measure when you need to drop down. You can drop the weights completely in order to finish with great form. That's what matters. Okay, let's do abs. So with abs, this feels so good to stretch my back. When you're on all fours, you can arch your back and then round your back. It just feels really good. Okay, so we are going to get on all fours. You're going to squeeze your abs to keep your knees up off the ground. And then we're going to do shoulder taps. So I have to take this bracelet off for this because it's a little annoying. So we're going to do 1, 1, 2, 2. We're going to do 15. Your abs are what you're going to depend on to keep those knees up off the ground. You're only about 4 inches off, 3 to 4 inches off. Okay, your knees are at a 90-degree angle. Actually, we're going to do 20. Squeeze those abs. This is one where we go maybe a little bit faster. 10 more. 5 more. 3, 2, 1. I really like those. Really, really, really. Okay. How you doing? Okay, the next one we're going to do the wave. You want really light weights for this. You're going to go like that 3 times, and you're just making the shape of a wave. So you really have to squeeze your shoulder You'll feel this in your triceps. You'll feel this in your biceps. I'm gonna see how it goes. We are going to do 16 in all. So again, feet hip width apart, entire core is tight. I don't want your body moving, just your arms. Really squeeze. You should already be feeling these. If not, you might need to drop and pick up something heavier, but shoulders are really hard. So I encourage people to usually go lighter than they would on, say, a bicep or a tricep. Squeeze. 3 more. Have some water. So next, we are going to do bicep curls close and wide. So your feet are going to be hip width apart. You're going to curl up, then you're going to curl up further out. So you really have to use excellent form with this. So 1 and 1 is 1 rep. We're doing 15. You can start a little bit heavier because these are biceps, and then again, you can always drop down. That's not a sign of weakness. Take those breaks when you need to. Squeeze those biceps, lower them, full extension. Squeeze up, full extension. Back to the front. Keep those elbows in tight for both angles. You've got it. Squeeze those biceps. And you're going to want to skimp on the extension as you get more fatigued, but don't do it. Don't do it. Five more. We can do it. Just keep breathing. Take a break if you need to. If you only get through 13 reps because you needed to take a couple breaks, so be it. As long as you're working hard, you know when you're working hard and when you're mailing it in. So, so normally I would have used 5s with those. Again, you want to start to feel them about 3 or 4 reps in. Your last 3 to 4 reps should be really, really challenging where you're really having to squeeze. The second your form starts to falter, that is the sign that you need to drop down or drop the weights completely in order to finish out. Because when you have crappy form, that's how you hurt yourself. That is how people get hurt. When they're not careful, they use bad form, they don't listen to their body. You should never feel pain, you should feel burn. They're very different things. Okay, more abs. So get a single weight. I am going to take I'll take an 8 and a 5. Now for this one, if you're just starting out and your ab strength is not where you want it to be, just know that that's okay. You can tuck your feet under your couch. You can have your kids hold your feet, whatever. What I don't want you to do is get discouraged. I'm going to use a 5. I don't want you to get discouraged, okay? So we're going to do straight leg sit-ups. They are very challenging. We're going to use a weight. You're going to come over your head. You're going to squeeze your abs to come up and over. So no flinging. You are not allowed to fling the weight over your head. You're not allowed to use momentum to jerk up. Your abs are squeezing everything slow and controlled. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
You're going to use a 20.
Sure.
Good for you. All right. Squeeze up and over and release. So when you release, you roll down slowly, just like you roll up slowly. Keep your feet together. I'm going to go up to my 8s and see how I do. Definitely more challenging. Remember, do not fling your body and do not forget to breathe. Very easy for people when they're doing ab exercises to hold their breath. This is 9. We have 3 more. Make it work. Awesome. That feels so good. I love the way that makes my abs feel, my back feel. I used to have to tuck my feet. I don't have to tuck my feet anymore. And you will get there too. You just can't expect it to just, jump right into it and have the core strength that you would like, but you can definitely get there. So make sure I didn't miss anybody. Okay. All right, what's next? Oh, yeah. Okay, so we are going to do scarecrows. You will need to go very, very light. So this is our position, and we're going to rotate up and then down. If you have rotator cuff issues, why don't you just squeeze up and down and don't do the rotation. We are going to do 15. Keep that core tight. So my feet are hip width apart. I have a little bend in my legs. I like to have that bend. You can stand completely straight. I find it more comfortable and I'm better able to control my upper body and keep my core tight with a little bend in my knees. Squeeze those shoulders. The burn should be there. You should be feeling it. If you need to drop down or drop completely, do it. Or just take a rest. 3 more. Oh my gosh. Those burn. Oh. Take a sip. How are we doing for time? Excellent. Okay, we are going to work our biceps again. So with this, you're going to keep your fist up underneath your elbow, fully extend, curl in, and release. Don't go too heavy with this, okay? And continually push up with that fist. You're going to, again, you are going to rely on your core. Your core is actually going to help you execute these exercises in addition to keeping you safe, okay? Feet are hip width apart, core tight. Squeeze that bicep to come in and full extension on the way out. There is no flinging, your body is totally still. We're doing 15 on each side. Push up. Squeeze. These last 3 should be very, very challenging. I'm not even using a weight and it's challenging. Shake it out. What is that?
It's a bug. I opened all the windows, and one of the windows doesn't have a screen.
Oh, really? Okay, I'm going to use a weight for this one. 15. Full extension. Keep that core tight. Remember, you can rest at any time. You can drop down at any time. You do not quit. You finish these reps no matter what. Oh, what I love about that is that you're working the bicep that you're curling. You're also working the other one because you're squeezing that arm so tight to push up on your elbow. So, good stuff. Let me see how we're doing on time. Oh my gosh, we're almost done. Let's do one more ab exercise. We're just gonna do simple crunches. They're effective. They are not the only thing that you wanna do though. A lot of people make that mistake and all they do is crunches and they wonder why they're not getting results. Your hands are behind your head. Squeeze your abs to raise up, squeeze to lower. Do not pull on your head. When you get to the top, hold 2, 3, squeeze as hard as you can and release. Squeeze 2, 3, and release. We're gonna go until the buzzer goes off, and then we'll get a little cool down, and we are all going on with our day. Awesome, 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 awesome. I would like you to get on all fours and just stretch your fingers out in front of you and just kind of sit back and you'll stretch those triceps out. And it feels really good. Then you're gonna put your elbow pointing towards the sky, pull down into the back, down into the back. Stretch those biceps. Stand up. Stretch as high up as you can. Lean to one side. Lean to the other. Give yourself some hugs. Thank you so much for joining me. Tomorrow morning I will be on. It is leg day tomorrow. Get psyched for it. I promise I make it fun. It moves really fast. We do not waste any time. We get in, we get out, we get it done, and we have a good time in the process. So I hope you'll join me. It will probably be around 7:30 tomorrow morning Eastern time. So have a beautiful day. Again, I'm always here for encouragement if you need it, okay? So reach out. Bye.